Hi, and thank you for joining us with specsolutions.org. We have a special guest today, and we're going to talk a little bit about what it's like today in our modern time with housing and how folks struggle with housing, even if they've lived there for quite some time. So, can you state your name, please, and a little bit about yourself, if you can?
I'm Jayne Stitt, and I moved here from San Diego area in 1988 with my husband, who's in heaven now. And then almost 12 years ago, I moved to Lachen Apartments in Avila Beach, and this is my service support dog, Ray Ann. I was so grateful to have a place. And then the manager at the time immediately started harassing me. And
What exactly was it they were harassing you about?
Well, I was, when I moved in August of 2000, it was 2012, I was going back and forth to go to dog grooming school down by San Diego. And I just got home, and it was like a 6-hour drive, and she's sitting at the bottom of my stairs, and she says, I want you to come down here right now. And I said, Shauna, I just got home. I have no idea what you're talking about. It's 10 o'clock at night. You're getting a 3-day notice. And I had no idea. I never lived in a government place or anything like that. So I went home, I went to my apartment, got ready for bed, and the next day she was on my patio, and she threw a 3-day notice thing in my front door, because I would leave
When you say a notice, is that a...
It was a little prescription, looked like a little prescription pad, like you get some medicine at the pharmacy.
This is from management?
This is from the management then, yes.
Was it to do an eviction on you?
It just said 3-day notice, you didn't come down, something about I didn't do what she told me that night before, or come down and talk to her at 10 o'clock at night. And I just kind of let it go. I just thought, I don't know what a 3-day notice is, and so it just continued from that point on.
Did they say what they wanted to talk to you about at all?
No.
Just that they wanted to talk to you?
Yes.
You were current on your rent?
Everything. I had just moved in there, and
did you ever find out what it was they were seeking?
I think she was seeking control, because I just would come home and want to just kick back, and she'd be like, no, it was really
their hours of operation.
Yes, not
they're allowed to contact you and operate, and 10 o'clock is past that hour.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what I told her. I said, Shauna, it's 10 o'clock at night. I don't care if you don't come back down these stairs and talk to me. You're going to get a 3-day notice. And so it just skyrocketed from there. I would leave. I would come home. She would. I'd leave my door open for my kitty to go in and out, and the front door would be pushed open. I had a plant on like a little table, but that was knocked over, and more 3-day notices were threw on my couch. And I thought, I never experienced. I mean, I had went through abuse in my younger years, but this was like, I couldn't explain it. And so I finally got a hold of the portfolio manager there, and she was like, it was crazy making. And I ended up going to, it's at Legal Services in San Luis, and sat down with a bunch of management. I think Laura Lee even came with Laura Lee, over the camera gal over there. And we got it settled. She left me alone for a while, and I would be going into the laundry room to do my laundry, and she'd be sitting in her office. I want you to come in here right now. And I go, Shauna, I have no idea what you're doing, but I'm not going to be treated like this. And a couple different attorneys I had to get, and she ended up, and every time 3-day notices, I never had an eviction or anything, but the 3-day notices were canceled. She left me alone, and I had been without a dog then for like 5 years, and a neighbor down the hall from me moved in, and he had a dog. So I call her up and I said, Shauna, I'm feeling really hopeful about getting a service support, emotional support, because and she calls me back and she goes, don't you dare try to pull on my heartstrings. And I'm like, this is crazy making. And so you're not going to get a dog, she said, but I did get a dog then. And but she ended up getting fired. She harassed me so much, and they were just, attorneys just said, you know what, this can't be happening.
They
And
fired the woman who was harassing.
They fired her.
How long ago?
Let's see, how long ago? Well, probably, let's see, probably 9 years ago. And then another manager started. She was a total blessing. She was a single mom with a son. Never got a notice. Never got anything. It was just like, I was like going, wow, this is a total blessing. And then she ended up moving. I guess she was starting to get from the people's self-help housing that she needs to start putting notices on people's doors. So she ended up quitting and then it was peaceful for a while, and then this new manager, Diana, it was a complete nightmare all over again.
This is current?
She ended up quitting March 9th. She just up and moved out. But when she started, I'm in my house and I see her and she's standing on my patio with a camera. And I said, what are you doing? I'm from LA and I'm going to enforce rules in this complex. And I'm just like, okay, this is crazy. And so I called.
What rule was she referring to?
That you can only have 5 plants. One of the biggies, and fair housing right now is on it, is you got to take the cross out of your window.
Back up here for a minute.
Sure.
Did you just say someone is demanding that some kind of a rule that you take a cross out of your window?
Yes. Well, first
violation of your constitutional rights.
Exactly. And I stated that to them, and I said, last year I'm getting an attorney. This is religious discrimination. Since December, I've been filed eviction 2 times. 2 times. My attorney got him canceled, and no, first it was, I want everything out of the window. And I said, well then people that have shampoo bottles better get them out of the window. I gotta go now. This is a manager above this manager. And I said, you gotta go now, okay. You're gonna get a 3-day notice and possible eviction. This was last year. If you don't get that, I'm not getting the cross. Okay, here we go. And then that one quit. She was a portfolio manager over that one. But for the last, I would say 7 years, it's been non-stop on my patio. My standard poodle passed away last November. She could barely walk, and I'd be helping her down the stairs. Here comes that manager, Diana, with a camera. I said, what are you doing? And she goes, stop harassing me. And I'm like, who's harassing who? But no, it's been crazy making.
Who is the current manager?
Oh, she just started probably 2 weeks ago. She is a blessing, let me tell you. Her name is Susan.
So you're having a good experience at the moment.
Right, but a month ago today, I was asked to come to my attorney's office in Santa Barbara. We're going to have a mediation. You can either do it on Zoom